Well, here's one thing that I'm pretty sure nobody was expecting. Yeah, for this year, we will try and have commentator races. Well, at least I'll try my hardest. But in any case, welcome one and all to the first ever video of Sunday Let's Retelling 2001. Yes, I finally get to use Katja Waldegren in the series she was always meant to be. And already you can tell that this is going to be quite the particular race because, yep, that's Denise Urlacher, our defending champion, qualified for the first. Alongside her is RCR's new signing in Erica Dennis. Then we got Jessica De Shields in her first race for Evernham in the 9. And green flag is in the air. Of course, as we stated, we are driving for Chip Ganassi Racing in the 85, the car that was of Terry Labonte. But Terry Labonte is in the 63 Celebrity Motorsports instead of Kenny Wallace, who, by the way, didn't qualify. No, Terry didn't qualify. There's Jerry Nadeau in the Pontiac, Petty, because Petty is a Pontiac team that did not go to Dodge. There is Denise going on the inside of Angelica Clarkson in the 26, replacing their Waltrip as they go free wide with Angelica and Graham McCarley, the first of the Valerian Racing Engines cars. And yes, this time he's got the UPS sponsorship instead of Cal Petty. Cal Petty still has the mellow yellow one. There's Nathan Burrows in the other Valerian car in the 89. Shout out to Les Moore for creating that paint scheme, by the way. There's Tim Steele in the Motorola 6. There's Noel Voigt in the 47 Team Sabco car. And yes, that's going to be a full-time car for 2001 at least. As we take the draft from, and we go on the outside, on the inside of Zoe Michaels in the 18. There's Jerry Mayfield in the 41, which is AJ Foyt, but naturally 14 is taken, so 41 it is. And speaking of, there's the 14 of Kelly Earnhardt. There's the 22 of Francisco Gonçalves, because Sterling Marlin went to Ganassi like he did in real life in the 83. He didn't qualify. And Tamara will be at the in the truck series. Right behind Kelly Earnhardt, you saw there Maya Gray in the 31. In the 87 Namco car is Kazumi Takashi, to which she's got a story. And that is, she's a remnant of one attempt at making Turismo Carretera USA. I tried to make that a normal offline league, but only one guy signed up instead of me, and that was Matthew Hubert. So I asked him if he wants Kazumi in Southern Lights, at least for 2001, and he said, yeah, go ahead. And yes, you remember Kazumi from Alpha's Redemption Tour. But yeah, she's gonna be there only for this year and then never again. But in the meantime, as we go past the 44 Hank Aaron Motorsports car of Faye Whitaker, and for the record, this time she got the car from Rodney Orr instead of the Rush 16, as Lillian, Bryn, and Kazumi go side by side. Of course, again, shout out to Les Moore for creating the 92. Lillian in the 28, the third and final, remember the first Valerian Racing Engines car. There's Stella Davis, right behind her brother, Colin Davis, the new driver for Hendrick. As we're now in 26th, there's Ricky Rudd in 19, there's Tommy Kendall. Bit of a checkup right there. As we're side by side. Maya is on a charge right now. She's got a teammate in Rachel Lemieux in the 30 car. As Brain tries to move up to the outside. There's Stella and Colin with deal with one Hendrick car. Can we deal with the other one? The answer looks to be no, at least not now. There we go. There's Tommy Cannon. There's Lydia Murray in the 48. Now, actually part of Hendrick Motorsports, not the Herzog powered by Hendrick stuff. That was in 2000. There's Bubba Nissen right ahead of Lydia, the actual 2001 Daytona 500 winner. And right ahead of Bubba Nissen is Jen Eisner in the first race for Penske in the 2. And yes, that's the actual 2001 car instead of the one that Graceby made. As we go past Lillian and potentially Lydia. But Lydia fights back. There's Jenny following Sean Robinson closely. As we're catching up to Maya. Of course, in the 7 we got Lucy Woods swapping the ride with Jenny Orlando, who is running the 11. Of course, Lucy in this Hooters car is a reference to the Hooters Lucina joke. And Jenny drives the 11 because Ernie Irvin is going to step down from Cup Racing and focus on running his truck team. There's Ami Miazano in the 36, replacing Wally Dallenbach. There's Cecily Kendrick in the 96, replacing Eddie Bierschwale. As we are in 19th, just outside the top 20. If we can get past Lucy, we should be good to go. Yes, there we go. There's Reed in the 97, which this got a bit of story. Honestly, I had this entire scenario that of Reed dropping down to the Busch series because Roush didn't want to expand to another team in Universe. In other universe, it was simply because I didn't want to renumber the car. But then I remember the part where Graceby was announcing all this silly season stuff, and of course they said, "Oh, there's no more creepy motorsports. They fused with Gibbs." So, yeah, the 97 was available, so I immediately took it. But in the meantime, the 0 is of Zane Robinson, also made by Les Moore. As we go side by side with Rob Moroso, we're inadvertently helping Maya. And this time, by the way, Moroso, the 20 car, is back in the hands of Dick Moroso. Still with support from Childress, so it's technically not a full Childress car, because of course Erica took that. There's Sophia Shinohara in the 01 car. There's Patty Moise in the 45. In the meantime, we are in the top 10. Of course, there's Marianne Taylor in the 46. Now sporting Caterpillar instead of GMAC. And rumor has it that Marianne might be the one to replace Davey Allison in 2002 because Davey Allison will retire at the end of 2001. And I believe that's who's fucking leading the race? Who's leading the race? But in the meantime, there's Sean A in the 1 car, Richard Lemieux in the 30, as we stated, and Jen looks like he's gonna go for the lead. Or at least looked like. As we go past Sean and potentially Rachel. And we do get past Rachel. There we go. Nice. Now we got 1 Penske car, 2 Childress cars, and 1 car that is stuck enough to figure out who it is. Oh, it's still Junior! So we got two RCR cars, 1 Penske and 1 DI car, and Jen goes for the lead. This for the lead of the Daytona 500, and she takes it. As we clear Maya, as father and son go side by side. And of course there's 1 German girl that is going to spoil the party. And Jen takes the lead of the Daytona 500, 9 laps to go. Of course, we've already seen Dale Earnhardt win at the Daytona 500 in 1998 with the randomized ratings when all this nonsense began. go side by side with the Intimidator. We're not gonna get intimidated, and we are going to take second place. And we should have the momentum to overtake Jen Eisner. Of course, not close enough to try, but maybe on two. There we go. This is for the lead of the Daytona 500. And we are in the lead. And now we have to defend for 8 straight laps. Sophia is behind us. There's Tommy Candle, I believe. But yeah, I am so excited for this for this season. As Candle goes instead of Sophia, as does Colin. Now Tommy Candle is up into second place, who, by the way, might be replaced by Will Harvey for 2002. We'll see what's going to happen when we tackle the SSS. But in the meantime, we are leading the Daytona 500. But yeah, it's really good to finally start this. And there goes Davis Colin for the second place. And following him is also Noel. Of course, Jessica never wanted to do the 500 with the 24 car. Can Colin actually do it? Problem is that he's gotta go through me. As we keep it tight into 3 and 4. No. Made a mistake. Gone a little bit too wide at the exit of 4. 5 to go. There's the Pontiac of Jerry Mayfield. Gonna shot. No. I fucked up. Oh, shit. And Jerry Mayfield is leading. Jeremy Field is leading. Marianne goes for the lead. No, that was a stupid idea. As Marianne now takes the lead of the Daytona 500. As there are some other cars. There's Erica. There's Angelica. As Patty Moise goes for the lead. I don't think Moise ever won the Daytona 500 in SNL, so I think this should be our first win. There's a lot of people fighting for the first win, well, except Kelly Earnhardt, that is. Except Kelly Earnhardt and Sean Robinson. As Erica tried to go on the inside of Patty Moise, but got blocked. There goes Angelica on the inside of Erica. And we go 3 wide between Kelly and Marianne. And we go past Marianne, we're still on the inside of Shauna. And now we got Erica. Okay. Okay, there's Sean on the inside. There's Denise. Back after a poor qualifying result to be in the top 10, at least hopefully. As now it's Kelly Earnhardt and Patty Moise. As Sean is the only male right now in the field in this pack, and Colin, make contact with Shauna as we try to go 3 wide between Denise and Shauna. Sean goes on the side of Earnhardt, of Kelly Earnhardt. Patty Moise still leads. Of course, a Pontiac won the Pontiac won the Daytona 500 in SNLOG, but that was Bob Manissen. Now Patty Moise There's Jessica. There's Jessica the Shields. Sean is still stuck behind Patty Moise. As right now we're all over the place. 2 laps to go. Patty has to defend like her life depends on it in these last 2 laps. And Lillian looks like is going to challenge Sean for... No, she actually challenges Bryn for 3rd. And Patty Moise still leads. There's Colin, and there's also Kazumi, the other Kazumi, Takashi. White flag, 1 lap to go! Oh god, almost 1 lap to go for Patty Moise. Does Sean Hay have anything to answer? He's got to do it now. As we lose another position to Cecily Kendrick. They're all stuck there as Colin and Lillian try for what would be the place of Sean and Jessica. And of course that's going to allow Patty Moise to come through. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we got our first time Daytona 500 winner. Patty Moise wins the Daytona 500. How about that? Oh man. Patty Moise, Daytona 500 champion. We finish in 6th, Jessica finishes in 7th, Sean finishes in 9th, and looks like Colin 3rd, and impressive debuts for, but all of us actually, very fair. Lillian 2nd, Colin 3rd, Cecily 4th, I would assume. Sean 5th, of course. Jessica 7th. Of course, we have to stop early because we qualified last. But yeah, that was actually a fun race. Okay, get out of the car. And so Patty Moise wins the Daytona 500. 2nd is Lillian Renee in her new ride, or should I say more, the brand new team on the field. Colin Davis is 3rd. Cecily Kendrick finishes in 4th. Then it's Sean Hay. Then it's ourselves, Jessica the Shields, McCarley, Kazumi Takashi, and Faye Whitaker running at the top 10. A good 10th place for Whitaker in another new team in Hank Aaron Motorsports. Ricky Rudd in 11th. Bubba Nissen in 13th, the actual Daytona 500 champion for 2001 in SNL. Riding out the rear of the field is Tim Steele because of the contact with God, I don't remember who even was who made contact with it, but in any case, Tim Steele runs up the 43 car field. Dale Earnhardt finishes 38th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 44th despite leading. And yeah, I guess there's pretty much nothing else to be said other than let's check out the standings after the first race, shall we? And so, of course, Patty Moise will be the first leader of the 2001 season. Second will be Lillian, Colin Davis, Kendrick, Hay, Waldegren, The Shields, Graham McCarley, Kazumi Takashi, and Faye Whitaker running at the top 10. Yeah, so basically, the way they started, the way they finished is the way they are in the standings. So we should have more to talk about in the second race, which I believe should be Rockingham. I actually don't have the full calendar written down. I should do it. In fact, I will do it after the race is done. Yeah, it's Rockingham. Then we go to Las Vegas, and then we go to Sonoma right away. So run 4 already of road course. But yeah, it's good to be back, and honestly, I am excited to see what's going to happen in the season, especially to see how this thing will evolve now that we're going, one race per video instead of 3 races like we've done for 1999 and 2000, because we should definitely have way more than a lot of time before Grace P drops SL 2002. But yeah, in any case, this has been it for the premiere of Sunday Night Lights ReTelling 2001. If you like this video, give it a like. If you see more content like this, subscribe and click the notification bell to get the next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.